Hello again, it's Noob, and I've got a really cool new tool to show off to you today. This is from Andy Mac, and it is a 2-in-1 lever lock pick for non-curtained lever locks, and that could be safe locks and door locks. It depends on, of course, which safe lock and door lock, but this is a multi-gauge tool. The diameter here is actually 7 gauge, but can be used all the way down, or should I say up to 5 gauge locks, or in 5 gauge locks, 6 gauge locks, and the half gauges in between which you might come across. So very useful from 7 gauge down to or up to 5 gauge locks. So yeah, Andy Mac, this is one of his tools made to his specification, available from his website and sent to me so I could do a review on it. So thank you so much, Andy, for sending this my way. I was very curious, mostly because to get quite good quality, reasonably priced 2-in-1 tools for lever locks like this, it's not that easy. And this is, well, let's have a look. Let's scan it across and just look at the general finish and machining on this. I've had a really good look at this, and I have to say, everything, including all that welding, just seems to be really nice. Now, I emailed Andy about it, and he says that when these sort of come in, they have oversized posts so that he can basically cut them down to fit the most common sizes of locks, like these very, very common union lever locks. But you can also, either on his website or by emailing him, ask for the oversized posts so you can cut them to the size of your lock, your specification, whatever you want to do. So I'll just flash this up so you can see that's where you need to go to have a look at this tool, look at the latest pricing, ask Andy any questions or put special requests in, so that's where you go. Right, enough of that. I think the best thing to do is to demonstrate how you would use this, and I've got this lovely little, and they're so common. It's a 3-lever union lock. They often come in 3 or 5 levers. Like I said, super common locks and non-curtain, which means it doesn't have this little extra thing in the middle called a curtain. And yeah, I think we just need to put this in a vise, use a 2-in-1 tool, and then we'll discuss how it worked and what I think of it a bit later. So I've mounted this lock in the vise as if it was in a door, locked with a bolt on the left, which is really quite common. But these can be mounted both ways. So the bolt could be on the right, but the internals of the lock therefore would be different whichever way you're picking it. How do I mean by that? Well, there's a front section of the 2-in-1 tool and the back section, which turn obviously the 2 different tips. Now this end can be both the tensioner, so you would engage with the talon, which is attached to the bolt, with the tip. But if this was mounted the other way around, you would actually turn this section and capture the talon using this, and then pick using the back. So it basically reverses depending which way round the lock is and where the talon is inside this, so you can tension it. So the way that this lock is going to work is I'm going to use the back section here to tension and the front section to pick. Let's pop this in. We should be able to open this up afterwards. Now, finding where that talon is isn't too hard. If you can hear that, you're on a lever, it's springy. That, when it sort of locks up, you've got the bolt. Now, whatever you do, do not over tension these. In fact, you probably can't see, it's just off camera. I might turn this for you a little bit. But I'm just going to use my fingers and my thumb just to lift the levers up. The trick is with this, you really don't want to put too much tension on these tools. There's no need for it to begin with, and you might end up damaging the tool or even the lock. So I'm just feeling my way along. I'm not using the markers on the pick itself because I don't feel that I need to in this instance. I'm just feeling my way across manually, going along lever to lever, and we've got an open. Not particularly difficult 3-lever lock, but this is about the tool, not my picking skill, and we got an open really quickly. So let me just undo this and show you on the inside to some of the features that I was talking about. So you can see the lever pack here with some little spacers which act like washers. And then at the back, let's just pull these out. You'll see there's the talon attached to the whole bolt there. And that's what you're tensioning on. And of course, if you were this way round, you'd have to swap which tip is tensioning, which one is picking, because it's going to be in reverse. Now, this does have a few features. You can obviously take these off if you want, so you can carry them around in a holder or bag. You could also swap the size depending on if you're left or right-handed, or it's just the way that you feel more comfortable. So you can take them on, put them off, whatever you wish. Use just your fingertips if you can, which is probably the safest way to do things, so you don't use too much tension. But yeah, it's very versatile in terms of its configuration, so there is that. But also it has a little hex key or Allen screw, and you can undo the tips from here and here. Why would you want to do that? Well, there is a good reason for that. It's because of these little line markings. Different locks, of course, will have different lever positions and spacings. And for a simple lock like that 3-lever union, I didn't have to worry about it too much. I just felt for the binding lever, lifted it a little bit and walked the levers up to their gates. However, for some more complicated locks, especially ones with false gates, where if you're like me, you don't have a great memory for these things, you might want to make sure that you know which lever you're on. So you know, sort of, you build up a picture of the binding order. You know that one goes into a false set, so you might want to lift that a little higher next time. And you want to get the best positioning. So to do that, you might need to just adjust where these tips are in relation to these markers, so that you can get onto so the markers are aligned more with the levers. So again, that's really cool. So what does a tool like this set you back? Well, the truth is it varies, and I don't have the current price for you because the first batch sold out. But as a guide, Andy was selling them for an extremely reasonable £49 each, which if you know your lever lock tools, especially ones of this quality and finish, you will know that that is extremely, extremely competitive. And therefore, no wonder he sold out. If you want to know the current prices, depending on numbers of factors, then please go check out Andy's website or email him for more information. But my experience with this tool is that it's really superbly made. Really like to use it. It's easy to use and doesn't drag, but it seems to be quite tight as well in terms of its tolerances. There's no excess slop in there as well. So you get some really positive feedback on those levers. I like how easily adjustable it is. I like how easily configurable it is. And I just like how it looks as well. Very, very useful tool if you like to pick your non-curtained lever locks, be them door locks or safe locks. Yeah, really, really like this one. Do you like it? Have you used one? Do you have one? Let me know in the comments. Really, really would appreciate you leaving a comment below. I read them all. I reply to as many as I can. So yes, definitely would appreciate that. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you like this kind of content, think about subscribing. That would be really awesome of you. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.